Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for Angel Hour, the radio show devoted to angel readings. I see that we have several of you lined up for readings already, but if you'd like one too, then you can call or text the Bring Me to Life team at 240-979-6366. Again, that's 240-979-6366. Or you can submit your reading request in the chat room at bringmetolife.com/radio. Just go ahead and scroll right down the page to that chat area, and you will see where you can type in your request. You will also have the chance to donate to the Bring Me to Life Network today. Bring Me to Life is a fantastic organization devoted to bringing you inspiration and spiritual healing content. And you can donate by clicking the donate button that you will see at the top of the page. Before we begin our readings, let's come together for a quick centering exercise so that everyone listening will be able to not only hear the angels' messages today in our readings, but also feel their uplifting presence. So let's go ahead and sit back together. You can close your eyes and take in a few long and deep, relaxing breaths. As you breathe, bring your awareness into your body. And observe the gentle rhythm of your heart. Notice your heartbeat softening to a receptive and healing pace. The heartbeat sends beautiful healing signals throughout the body, helping you to relax even more deeply. Simply breathe, let go, and rest until it feels as if you could just be floating peacefully through this moment. Now, envision the angels who watch over you, gathering in a circle of healing light around you now. Soothing pink and white light begins to flow from your angels' hearts straight into your heart. Breathe this light in deeply. Feeling as it delivers exactly the healing, comfort, and love that your heart needs most in this moment. Allow that light to spread throughout your body until every cell is a shining, crystalline beacon of angelic healing presence. The light grows so bright, thick, and strong that it begins to float right outside of you, creating a soft aura of healing presence. Float within this light, absorbing exactly what you need most within this healing cocoon. One of your angels is now stepping forward and placing a hand over your third eye chakra, the energy center in the middle of your forehead. Breathe in deeply, as if to inhale the light through your third eye now. Your angel is sending you a healing message, infusing your spirit with the information that you need most to uplift your life to your highest path of peace. As you breathe, allow yourself to become aware of the feelings, messages, thoughts, or symbols that seem to float to you through the third eye transition. Breathing deeply into your heart chakra now. Think the following thought with your inner spiritual voice. I give myself permission to receive loving support from the angels and from all areas of my life now. I am a clear and open instrument of God's peace. That peace radiates within and around me. And so it is. With your next deep healing breath, gather the light down into your belly at your solar plexus chakra. Inhale deeply. And then on your next exhale, feel as that light flows right out through the legs, the feet, into the earth. Noticing as you're coming back into the present moment, becoming very aware of the physical body, the here and now. Inhale once more. And then on your exhale, gently open the eyes. And shift right back into the room and back into the present moment. Thank you so much. It always feels so good to meditate together. Today, we're going to be using the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor and the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed. So with each reading, we'll just tune in and see which cards go to which person, and let's dive right in. It looks like we have several reading requests right here. So let's go ahead and begin with Sonia. Sonia sent in a reading request saying, I wanted to ask the angels if I could get some clarification on a relationship that just ended. I know that he is my soulmate and was wondering if we have a chance to fix things in the future. Thank you so much for your request, Sonia. I am so honored to be able to connect with your angels for you and help give a message on this. So right away, the angel who's with you right now is Archangel Chamuel. Archangel Chamuel is the angel of the heart and of love. It also is the angel who likes to watch over our soulmate relationships. You also have Archangel Jophiel, the angel of beauty, with you, helping you to move through all of the feelings associated with the breakup and just helping to beautify your thoughts and your feelings so that you can just see and receive the truth from this. So the angels guided me to pull some cards from the Energy Oracle card deck. And what I'm going to do is turn over these cards and just sort of tune into the energy of your soulmate. Right away, the angels are confirming for you, Sonia, that this person is a soulmate of yours. They also want to affirm that you've got more than one soulmate in this lifetime, and that not all soulmate relationships are relationships that are meant to stay in our lives forever. The definition of a soulmate relationship is someone with whom we've signed up to achieve some kind of spiritual growth with that person. So they're showing us that there's definitely been a lot of spiritual growth, a lot of opportunity for catalyzing spiritual healing in this relationship, and that they just want you to kind of be open to that, to, whatever it is that this purpose might bring you and however that purpose might express itself. Let's turn over these cards and go ahead and see what the angels are showing us here. Okay, so they are showing us that your soulmate still has feelings for you. Right off the bat, the first card that we have is the Angel of Love card. Angel of Love. So that is very synchronistic right away. This shows that there is definitely still a spark. We see that the two of you still have a deep amount of love. And it's amazing because, sometimes when a relationship ends or there are relationship difficulties, just because there was an end, or because, let's say, for example, the partners weren't feeling fully as if their emotional needs were being met, or as if, maybe someone felt hurt or misunderstood or something like that. Just because those things are going on doesn't take away the love. Sure, the structures through which the love flows in the relationship can, become damaged temporarily because of these kinds of imbalances. But the love itself is definitely still there in this relationship when we're seeing that loud and clear. One other thing that we're seeing with this relationship is something the angels are saying is sort of like an unfinished kind of business. Not that you have to finish this business with your soulmate in a relationship, but it's unfinished business nonetheless. On both sides of this relationship, the angels are showing us that both of you had a dream to want to spend your lives together, or some kind of an expectation where you're dreaming, letting your mind wander over to the thought of, what if we were to be the life partners to one another? What would that bring us, kind of thing? That the angels want you to know, no matter what the two of you decide and what the two of you work on, because I do see the two of you very likely communicating again, at the very least, and maybe having at least one meaningful conversation that might lead to more. Whatever you decide, they're showing us that dream will not die. That just because, whether the two of you decide to be each other's, life partner, or whether the two of you part ways and someone else comes into your life to be your life partner, the dream of having someone to share a life with in beautiful and perfect romantic love will never go away. So when we grieve the loss of a relationship or the end of a relationship, sometimes we're also grieving the loss of a dream. And the angels want you to know that you can still hold on to the dream and know that your dream is preserved, even if this is not necessarily going to be the partner who will be with you. The reason why they're kind of preparing us for both sides of that right now, my dear Sonia, is because they want you to know that it's not necessarily a 100% guarantee at this moment as to what your soulmate is going to decide. So this person has feelings for you, yes, but it's as if there's something that they need to do to work on this. You don't have to be responsible for doing all the work in this relationship. It takes two people to do the healing work, to clear away fear-based attachments, and to, ensure that the standard of the kinds of values that each of you want to hold in a life and in a partnership together would be met. So the angels are simply saying, as you go ahead, yes, there's probably still going to be interaction with this person. Important conversations would be nice, because it seems as if that may give your heart some peace. But just remember that you are never responsible for doing more than your 50% in this relationship. To make a whole relationship, you do your part and your partner does their part. So the next card that you have is the contract card. Right away, this is telling me soul contract. There's a soul contract here, and actually, this recent breakup, the troubled water that we've been kind of going over during this recent time in this relationship, is part of the soul contract. These challenges, in other words, are here to help awaken both of you. These challenges the angels are showing us have allowed each of you to look into the mirrors of the shadow side of your spiritual experiences in life. And that's actually something that we can be grateful for. You can almost even thank your soulmate for the challenges that the two of you have been through together, because this is bringing us an opportunity to heal the self, to go deep within the self. Now, the third card is the attachment card. When we see this card, usually this card refers to fear-based attachment or ego-based attachment, attachments that potentially limit our perspective. What I'm hearing your angels say loud and clear is, don't brush the important issues of this relationship underneath the rug. Yes, this relationship has the opportunity to continue. And if it does, it will be better than before. It can be healthier than before if the two of you ensure that you don't sweep the issues under the rug, but instead bring them out and work on them and bring into the light any areas in which each of you had been attached to fears, worries, or other limiting kinds of beliefs. Bring those out right into the light so that each of you can transform them together and form an even more powerful bond and partnership. And in that way, I feel new safety coming into this relationship. I did pull one final bonus card just to kind of see, what opportunity would be there if the two of you got back together. And it's the first chakra card with Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, of course, is a protecting angel, and the first chakra represents our sense of home, rootedness, and safety, just base safety in life. So essentially what this card is telling us is that you'll have to rebuild trust together. You'll have to rebuild your trust, because right now the two of you are still operating under a little bit of self-defensiveness around one another, like a little bit tiptoeing, afraid that, would something bad happen? Would we potentially hurt one another again? So you might want to be mindful of that. And if you can get the conversations to progress to a close, intimate kind of space, verbalize to one another, talk about, you are safe with me, I am safe with you. And here are the ways that I am promising that we can be safe with one another. And not only say it, but also take action to do it, and regularly take action to do that, because commitment is an action that we must regularly support, not just some, thing that's kind of, we agree on once and then it's in the background of the relationship. So yes, there's a possibility to create the sense of safety and stability and wholeness that you want in this relationship, but it is definitely going to take some work. So best of luck on your journey, Sonia, and know that I'm going to be sending you prayers and angels for this, my dear. Let's go to our next call. Looks like we have a caller on now. Hi, caller. You are on the air. If you could just tell us your first name and maybe where you're calling from today.
Hi, Sarah. This is Anna calling from New York.
Hi, Anna. It's so great to connect with you.
You too. I actually got a reading from you a couple months ago. You helped me figure out an apartment move. It was very helpful, so thank you.
Wonderful. I'm so glad. it was helpful. Well, what question would you like to ask the angels about today?
So I also have a relationship question. I've been in a long-term relationship for a little bit over 4 years, and it's a really nice, kind of fun, magical relationship, but we're feeling a little stuck and kind of unsure of what the long-term plan is.
Yes. So relationships are definitely our theme today. I'm just going to go ahead and pull a few cards as we tune into the angels who are here. Okay, and you've got two angels with you. We've got Chamuel coming up again today. It looks like he's really guiding all of our messages today, Angel of Love. And he is coming forward with Archangel Raphael, the angel of healing. Archangel Raphael is really close and is showing us that he's putting a hand over your heart chakra right now, my dear, and just kind of giving us a sign that says, I am watching out for you. I understand all of your feelings and I understand your needs in this situation. What the angels are showing us essentially is that you're someone who gives a lot in relationships. You're very nurturing, you're very understanding, you're also very intuitive, they're showing us. So you're good at, especially with the people who are closest with you, being able to kind of feel what it is they feel or they need or they really want you to say and that kind of thing, which is a wonderful gift. But sometimes it can put us in a position where even when we don't realize it, we're starting to become a little bit people pleasing because we sense that, okay, if I just say what they want, or maybe if I anticipate their needs a little more, that it will bring about the peace that we're looking for in this relationship. In this case, the angels are saying it's time to focus a little bit more on what you need. On what you need. You've been doing a lot of almost what feels like spiritual detective work, emotional detective work, trying to understand your partner and get their point of view, and have the two of you kind of talk and work through things right now. But talk very, very honestly about what you feel, because they're showing us that with whatever letdown may have happened recently, your heart is still in a place where it's trying to become whole again. It's still reeling a little bit. I'm kind of getting a sensation of your heart telling us, hey, I need a little time to settle. The energy feels, really, really was really shocking for a little while, and I need to let the dust settle so that I can get a handle on what I want to do. They're showing us that it actually is a positive thing that the two of you are working on things in this relationship. Actually, there may be a part of you, my dear, that's been thinking, oh, should I maybe have just already left? Or would it be, a stronger move for me to just walk away? Or would that be the more appropriate or powerful step? They're saying, not necessarily. Be careful when it comes to just kind of listening to the advice of other people or, following convention. Really, at the end of the day, you and your loved one are the ones that are in the relationship. And you're the ones with the best perspective on what that relationship is like. So we're kind of getting a sense that, yes, it's very much worth it for the two of you to be working on things, talking together, and connecting at this time. So I'm just about to turn over our cards. So far, does that sound like it resonates, or are any questions that have popped up from that?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right on the money.
Okay, good, good, good. So our cards are actually showing us some really great things. The first card that we have, this one, I've pulled a mix of cards, some from the Energy deck and some from the Avalon deck. The first card is the Cornucopia card. This is a card of abundance. So essentially what I'm hearing from this card, and Chamuel is giving this message very strong, he's saying, we see that in this relationship, the two of you have a lot of good going on. So with whatever challenges have come up, whatever heartbreak, shocking, surprising, little issues or whatever has kind of popped up, any disappointments, let's look at the good that's here. We're seeing two people that have an incredible amount of compatibility despite the fact that the two of you have been down this difficult road. We're also seeing that the two of you have a fairly good deal of emotional intelligence on both sides of the relationship and a willingness to communicate. It looks as if of the two of you, you are a little bit more skilled in the area of communication. So you may really have to kind of lead the conversations a little bit. Your partner wants to communicate. Really, I feel that very strongly, but sometimes needs a little help, like a little nudge. So definitely talk, share your feelings very, very openly. And I'm hearing Chamuel even telling us, I love this. He says, before maybe the next conversation that the two of you have, you can start the conversation out by first stating and establishing the love and the good things that are in the relationship. So you can start by saying, first, I want to establish I really love you. And, I would really love for us to be able to have a relationship where we could be together in a way that really makes both of us feel healthy and have all of our needs met and that kind of thing. But here's what I'm feeling. And then bring in the things that might be a little bit more challenging for the two of you to kind of process through and face. But start by establishing the good things. And also start, you can even say, by establishing, this conversation is not an argument. This is going to be a conversation where even if there are moments where we disagree or where we are feeling emotionally triggered, we are going to talk this out calmly. And if we start to get, very emotional, we're just going to breathe very deeply. If we need to get up and take a walk or take a moment to think and pause the conversation, we can. But the goal of the conversation here is to be very loving, very fair, very patient. And look, you are safe to express any vulnerable, real feelings that you have, just as I am safe to do the same with you, because this is going to be a zone of non-judgment and a zone of just a deep, mutual, respectful desire to come to perfect understanding together. That will really help to kind of move things along and help for the two of you to be able to see this cornucopia of abundance the angels are showing us of opportunity for the two of you to make good things happen in this relationship. Now, the second card is taking us to something that's a little bit more focused on you, which I really like. It's a card called the Woman Holding the Coin. When we see this card, we see a woman who's got this look in her eye, that's really assertive and strong. She looks like a leader. She looks like she's someone that, doesn't take any crap from anybody, kind of thing. And this is the energy that we're getting with regard to holding your standards high. You are so good at making compromises and molding to your loved one and that kind of thing, and making it so that the energy flows. But in this case, in this situation, they do not want you to be too self-sacrificing with your needs. Don't pare down what your needs really, really are. If you need time before the next conversation that the two of you have to just contemplate or even journal, the angels are showing us, and get very honest about what your true emotional needs are in this relationship, what you need there to be in this relationship in order for you to be heard and seen and fulfilled and safe. Take that time and then be ready to just express those things and keep them very high. Keep your standards high, because, if this person belongs in your life, we're seeing that they're going to follow those standards. They're going to take time to follow those standards, and make sure that they're doing their part in harmonizing the relationship. Now, the final two cards are really beautiful. We have the Angel of Strength card with the Novice card. So when we see the Angel of Strength card, this actually shows that right now the two of you are in a state where, again, the future is not necessarily fully decided as far as whether you should stay or part ways, although I do see a lot of potential to stay together at this point, just because both of you really want to. Both of you have really invested a lot in one another, it feels like, and it feels like there is this desire to grow together from a soul standpoint. So Angel of Strength says that the two of you, should you decide to stay together, would become a stronger couple. And that especially for you, you would become a much stronger human being in terms of standing up assertively for your needs, your desires, and your beliefs and your values. Your values deserve to get the space that they need to shine in this relationship and in your life overall. And that strength comes to you. Even if the two of you were to decide to part ways, this is still the outcome. You have incredible inner strength that you are walking, from this challenging chapter with. Now, the Novice card here is the card of innocence. So it's a card that represents a new beginning and returning to a state of innocence. It shows that, there is an opportunity to wipe the slate clean in this relationship. But before you do that, again, you're going to want to acknowledge your emotions and to bring them out and to talk about what your emotional needs really are, and ensure that should you stay together, that your partner is willing to fulfill those emotional needs. If that's the case, then yes, I actually do I'm seeing a lot of white light around the two of you, where it's like we could wipe the slate clean and get to this very fresh, beautiful new start. So I hope that kind of gives you a little guidance going forward, my dear. Any final questions or thoughts?
No, that's great. I really appreciate it.
Okay, you are so welcome, and it was such an honor to connect with you again today.
Thanks, Sarah. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, let's go ahead and see where our next reading is taking us to. Okay, I'm looking at our stuff. All right, it looks like we've got a question coming in from Robert. The angels are taking us there. Robert says, I would like to know if the angels have anything they can communicate to me today concerning guidance and what I need to focus and put my attention on, whatever they would like to say to me today. Thank you, Robert. I'm going to go to the Wisdom of Avalon cards and just see what the angels would like to say. The first angel to step forward for you right now is Archangel Gabriel. I'm hearing the word communication loud and clear, and Gabriel is standing beside you with a really assertive stance today, showing us, first of all, that communication is very important within yourself first. So communicate to your own heart before you communicate out to the world or out to others. Once you know your own truth, then you'll be able to express that truth and have it validated by other people. Gabriel's showing us. They're also showing us that there's like a megaphone being placed up in front of your throat chakra, showing us that when it is time for you to, speak your truth or express yourself in some way out in the world, that they're going to help to project that out so that it sets a really far-reaching precedent for you. And that feels really important. So I'm turning over your cards right now and let's see what we get. Okay, beautiful. Our first card is the Fire Fairy. The Fire Fairy. So when we see the Fire Fairy, this is the card that we see when we're being guided to take creative action. This goes right along with that theme of self-expression and creativity. This says, you might feel good going a little bit above and beyond to express your truth, especially to anyone in particular that you really feel that you want to bond with or that you want to understand your position. Express it creatively. You could write it down. You could write a letter. You could write a poem. You could write a song. You could, paint. You could draw. Things like this help to bring out more dimension from your heart so that, again, you can gaze more deeply into your heart and see the more nuanced emotional dimension of what it is that you feel and need and what your truth really is right now. This is a very optimistic start. Very, very beautiful, optimistic sense of a new beginning that comes out for you as you communicate your truth out into the world. Now, the second card, gosh, we've got such a theme today, you guys. The second card is the Love card. I love it. And it shows two interlocking rings together. Love. So love and commitment. This is showing us, Robert, that love is deepening for you in your life. There's a sense that there is a love relationship that is either entering a new phase, or there's just a sense of a soulmate that's recognizing you in some way that feels different or new. So watch for that. Watch for any opportunities to bond and to connect during this time. The Love card is really strong with you. The third card, I love this, is the Trust card. Trust. Love and trust go hand in hand. And the angels are actually taking us right back to that initial message about communication, showing us that oftentimes it takes communication in order to build bridges through which the energy of trust can flow, especially in our relationships. So as you get up and speak your truth, we're seeing that creates bridges of communication that allow the energy of both love and trust to flow to you. And we're seeing that occur for you in lots of relationships. So they're not zeroing in only on like just romantic love, but they're showing us lots and lots of energy flowing all around you right now, meaning that you're likely in a beautiful position to kind of be in a bit of a leadership mode right now. So again, express your truth out, allow love and trust to flow to you and around you, and know that, again, this is a time where we're seeing a new dawn or new beginning going on in your life. So that's beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead and see where the angels would like us to go next. Okay. Beautiful. So we're connecting in with Alexis. Alexis says, what can I do to start cleaning up and getting rid of clutter? I get overwhelmed and hate parting with things, which I will have to because there's no place to store them. So, Alexis, let's go ahead and pull a couple of cards for you as well and just see which angels are around you right now. Oh, beautiful. Alexis, you have Archangel Jophiel around you right now, too. So, Archangel Jophiel, you can call on her. She's the angel of beauty, and she's really good at helping to get you to connect in with your heart when it comes to beautifying your space, beautifying your thoughts, beautifying your life overall. She's actually showing us that at a heart level, the reason why you've kind of stayed attached to certain things in your life is because there is this desire to surround yourself with things that almost feel like they're drawing us back to a time or a place or an energy of safety that feels like we're going back to your childhood. I feel something going on in your childhood right away where they're showing us some big major change that may have occurred at some point around your parents and family life. So I'm not sure if this would have been something that might have at least subconsciously made you feel a little glossed over, passed over, or abandoned, or sort of like, I don't know if you're understanding me all the way, parents, but I need you right now and I don't feel as seen as I need to be feeling right now. But whatever happened around this era in life, was enough, the angels are showing us, to kind of create a little impression, like a footprint in the sand, in your emotional, spiritual energy, where there's part of you that feels almost like it's always looking around saying, well, I have to have something to root myself to for stability. And if in my early part of my life, I wasn't able to always root my sense of stability and support into the people around me, into the parents, my first primary relationships, because maybe their energy was changeable or because they didn't have, the exact kind of attention that I needed the most, then I'll use things to do that instead. I will use things to do that instead so that I can have that same way to feel, again, stable, rooted, and strong. And there's something about independence that's even in there. The angels are showing us too, because, if you had to learn to maybe not rely completely on parents 100% if they weren't, available to show what it was that you needed all the time, then you had to learn how to do that for yourself independently. And objects and things just ended up playing some kind of a role with that. So from the deepest level of spiritual healing, Archangel Jophiel is telling us that what you can do is begin by just doing a little meditating, journaling, and reflecting to think back to your childhood and write a letter that you don't even have to ever send to each of your parents and any other significant role models or loved ones in your family life. And just let them know exactly how you felt. Explore the way that your inner child felt as a result of, any changes that had occurred during your childhood at any time. Just express it, talk about it, and then notice the way that perhaps you were feeling during that time about your belongings, about things, and what connection that might have had to your parents. As you observe all of this, just do it from a place of peace and perfect non-judgment. There's no need to overanalyze yourself, judge yourself, feel, regret or any kind of thing like that. We're just doing this to observe and to surround you with space, attention, love, and focus, the angels are saying. Because oftentimes when you have a strong underlying feeling that didn't get a chance to be fully validated at some point in our lives, all it really wants is attention. It's sort of like a little kid, kind of constantly trying to get your attention saying, hey, I need this, I need this, I need this. And once you give the child validation, the tantrum goes away, sort of thing. And you can start to get to the heart of a matter. So give your inner self lots and lots of validation and attention, and then begin to either journal, write, or affirm in your mind, I forgive you. I forgive you. And asking yourself, to whom do I need to send this forgiveness the most? Perhaps it's towards parents, other family members, perhaps it's towards even yourself, or even towards the objects that you're holding on to. They're saying once you hold each object in your hand that you're maybe considering getting rid of in terms of clutter, the angels invite you to actually thank those objects, to hold each object, to thank it, and to say, thank you for the role that you've played in helping to support my feelings of security and wholeness in life. I affirm that I am whole and complete just as I am. So I let this go with love and with gratitude. And I thank this object for being in my life, and I allow it to go out into the universe so that the energy can flow. The card that I'm just turning over here says blossoming abundance. So what the angels want you to know is that by way of the principle of abundance, the more that you just give things away, you let things flow out of your life when it's time for them to flow out of your life, the more room you have energetically to allow things to flow into your life. So in saying goodbye to something, especially if you go ahead and donate that feels really, really good to have a large box that you'll put aside for donations specifically. That this feels really good because there's a sense of I'm passing this object along to someone who needs it, and I'm making room in my spirit, not only my home life, my physical life, that allows me to receive and to feel really good. The next card is the community card. The community card essentially represents allowing your heart to feel fulfilled by people and allowing yourself to trust people as a system of support even more fully, rather than, as in the past, looking at objects to do that for you, or material, physical things around you to do that. And again, there's nothing the angels are saying that you need to blame yourself for or worry or regret with regard to physical things playing that role, because that's normal. That's human. Again, if we don't have, the people support all the time right away, then it's normal to feel a sense of comfort in our home, in feeling, okay, I'm safe and in my home. I've got my warm bed. I've got this beautiful sacred space for my soul, and that can definitely do something. But we need the human interaction to help create that sense of support too. Now, the final card for you is the fourth chakra card, which is the heart chakra, and it has Archangel Raphael, the healing angel, on it. And what they're telling us is that you are in line for a heart healing right now, and that actually the process of going through your home and getting rid of clutter, getting rid of the things that you don't need, and especially thinking and focusing on donating them to the whatever organization you feel most aligned with, that this is going to make you feel so good in your heart. It's such an opportunity to cleanse and heal and uplift the heart, that it almost feels like a revelation. You'll feel lighter and better as a result, my dear. So Godspeed on that journey throughout this process, and know that, yes, it will be very beautifully healing for you. All right, so let's go and see who would like to come in next. Where do the angels want me to go? Okay. The angels are guiding me to go to Queenie. Queenie, this is your reading, my dear. It says, I'd love an angel reading for my journey as an empath, and also some guidance on my relationships, especially love life. Thank you, Queenie. So let's go ahead and pull some cards for you. I'm going to pull from the Wisdom of Avalon deck for you, and let's see what we're getting here. Okay, first of all, the angels are saying big lessons. Big lessons and big truth are ready to come forward in your life right now. The angels are showing us that it is a time in which, as an empath, you are powerfully learning to put yourself and your own needs first in your relationships, which is so important. They're showing us that this actually may be a process that your heart is going to be going through from the level of like soul lessons for the next several months of your life. In fact, I'm seeing that there's a beautiful cycle of learning and growing and healing that is going on for you throughout the rest of this year, going all the way up to whatever lunar eclipse will be occurring around end of December or early January. So you're going to start 2020 with a really, really fresh perspective. And actually, you'll also start that time even more in contact with your empathic gifts, with your intuitive gifts. You are definitely a light worker, Queenie. So you've got these beautiful spiritual gifts, and they are ready to blossom by way of what you're learning in terms of relationship balance right now. And again, this starts by putting yourself first and being willing to be the leader in upholding the standards or values that you wish to express and shine out most in your relationships. So let's turn over the cards and see what the angels would like to really focus on, especially for love life for you. Um, oh, beautiful. Okay, the first card is an animal spirit card, and this is the frog. The frog spirit. So, what the frog spirit represents is sort of like cleaning house and releasing emotional baggage. The angels want you to know that in your past, it looks like there are a lot of emotional memories, so imprints in your heart from past romantic relationship experiences. Also, they're showing us even going all the way back to relationships with peers. So this could be other kids growing up when you were young and that kind of thing, but feelings where there was sometimes a worry about being rejected, or a feeling as if you weren't being understood and appreciated and loved and accepted fully and that kind of thing. They're showing us that just the remembrance of any disappointment there. And the angels are saying that right now your soul is working on releasing that old emotional baggage. And the amazing thing about this is that they're showing us subconsciously the little connection that was formed as a result of past, love and relationship disappointments. And right now, any old patterns you might notice where you've overgiven in relationships or have more focused on the other person's needs instead of yours were a result of trying to protect your heart from potential disappointment repeating itself. So they're showing us that it's like, okay, I've gotten disappointed in a relationship. So what I'm going to do is put a little shield around my heart and use my beautiful intuition and empathy to tune into what the other people around me maybe want or need, or, how I can please them so that they will accept me, so that they will love me, because at least I'm playing that role in their lives, or they think they can approve of me because they think I'm giving something really valuable and good for them. And while that does come from a benevolent place, that does come from a very genuinely loving place in your heart, I really see that. There's also subconsciously this little invisible part of it that is there because you're trying to protect your heart too, trying to protect your heart a little bit. So, the affirmation that the angels would like to give you in preparation to really uplift your love life to the next level, to the next highest level, is to affirm, it is safe for me to be seen. It is safe for me to open my heart to someone new. It is safe for my beloved one to see my real emotional feelings, needs, and vulnerabilities. Because truly, the angels want you to know it is in allowing yourself to be seen this way that you will also allow yourself to receive in the relationship. You will allow yourself to receive and to be, fully in intimacy in a romantic relationship by way of showing these inner things and giving the other person the chance to give back to you. Oh, by the way, Archangel Chamuel is popping in right now too, and he says, raising your standard in this way as well. He says this inner healing, this releasing of past baggage, is also helping to raise your vibration around you so that you're attracting a whole new caliber of person. If in the past you've noticed that maybe old romantic relationships were relationships where you attracted people that were maybe a little bit more insensitive, or they just had things that they still needed to heal and work on, so they weren't quite at your level of compassion and empathy. Well, now, since you're allowing yourself to receive more, as we master this spiritual lesson that you're working through right now you'll have the opportunity to be able to attract other people who are also highly empathic and compassionate and sensitive and giving and loving. So our next card is the Earth Fairy card, the Earth Fairy. This is such a beautiful card because I love it. It's talking about your foundation. So what is your foundation in your love life? The angels want you to establish what that is. And for you, they're picking up your hand, putting a pen in it, and putting a journal in your other hand. So they're saying, write about it, write yourself a list, and write about, what do I want the foundation of my love life to look like? So, for example, you can say, I want my love life to be founded upon honesty or upon compassion And you can add any other values that you want to it. And you can even describe the ways in which you and your loved one would be sharing in those beautiful values and that kind of thing. But really, really make it very clear to yourself in very plain, honest detail so that you know what it is you are searching for and what it is you're trying to bring out, really in all relationships in a way, the kind of honesty, love, the values that you're bringing out in all relationships, because again, that draws your soulmate life partner to you very closely to have that energy reflect out everywhere like that. So take those action steps. This will help to kind of ground your intentions and ensure that you are attracting and resonating with law of attraction from a really good place. Now, the third and final card for this relationship path that you're on right now is the Wealth card. Wealth. So this card represents a couple of different things. First of all, your angels are saying that there is a literal message of wealth coming through with this. They are showing us that when it comes to your lifelong partnership, that there's a sense that there's shared wealth. There's a sense that you and your soulmate attract actual physical wealth and abundance and well-being, because this is just part of what your souls are really purposefully intending for your happiness, and for being able to provide a great deal of joy and a great deal of freedom to kind of explore and expand out spiritually. So that's part of it. The other part of it is just sort of a message of general overall abundance, essentially telling us that there is an abundance of high resonating, beautiful opportunity around you right now when it comes to your love life. It's showing us that there are likely people who have been noticing you or interested in you in the past that you weren't always even aware of, romantically. But they're giving us this sign that just sort of says, open your eyes to the opportunities. There are a lot of opportunities to bond, to grow, and to get connected to someone more deeply in your life in the very, very near future. And the more that you get out there and have an enjoyable time expressing yourself with someone to potentially love, or even just with friends at first, this is really going to raise the energetic bar, and bring that energy of abundant love to you. So I'm so excited for you, dear Queenie. Have a beautiful, beautiful journey over the next couple of months, as the angel said, and just keep calling on them throughout that time. Raphael, Chamuel, Jophiel, Michael, you've got a ton of angels around you all saying, please call on us. We'll be with you every step of the way. All right. Thank you, Queenie. Let's go and see where the angels would like me to go to next. Okay. This is a reading for Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Sarah says, I wanted to get some guidance about my life path. I've been working to create a life that is more aligned, but it seems to be that there are obstacles each step of the way, slowing down the progress. Can I get some guidance on why that's happening and how to overcome? Beautiful. Thank you so much for your question, Sarah. The angels are guiding me to pull a little mixture of cards from both oracle card decks. So I'm going to do that as I tune in. And okay, gosh, Chamuel is the angel of the day because he's watching over your path too. He says that he's really been helping you to find your way. Chamuel is a finding angel, by the way. He's a kind of navigating angel. And they're showing us also that Archangel Uriel is working with you very closely right now. Uriel is an angel of light who helps us to take the highest perspective possible on our lives and opens up our intellect, helps us to receive new ideas and that kind of thing. So you've got a great team. I see Michael popping up really strong with you too today. And they're saying, call on all of us, because we want you to know that even if it seems as if you've been trying really hard to get creative and to get things done, but things haven't been working out. It's not because things aren't meant to work out. It's not because you won't eventually meet with success. It's just that the universe is gently helping to nudge and shape your approach so that it is aligned with the highest possible outcome that you can receive. So we're just getting a sense that there's some sense of, okay, you're going to get some help or some support, or be nudged down a slightly higher path soon. So, okay, here's one of the things that they're working to help to clear out right now on your path. There is a little bit of fear energy going on. The first two cards that I pulled are cards that are sort of representing the fear that's been there in the past. First, we have the card Risk, and it's crossed by the card Storm Warning. So when we see the risk card shows up sometimes when we feel like what we're doing might be like we have to take a leap of faith, and that leap of faith is really scary. Like if I take these steps forward, if I put myself out there in this way, then, oh no, maybe I won't, get what I want, and things might, turn sour, or I might even lose some of the things that I'm already, working on. I don't want to invest so much of my life into something that might not just, kind of pan out. That being crossed by the Storm Warning card shows essentially that when we're focused on the energy of fear and self-doubt and that kind of thing, where we've got one foot on the gas pedal and the other foot on the brake pedal at the same time, that it can create a little storm. It's like opposite energies clashing and then creating the rain and the thunder and the lightning and that kind of thing, making it seem again as if the path that you're on is being obstructed or that it's just not working out. The angels want you to know that, again, this is not necessarily the destiny that has to come about in this situation in your life. They're saying work on letting go of fear and affirming confidence in the path that you're on daily. The angels are affirming for you, my dear, that you have the opportunity to be very independent, to be very, very beautifully independent, to have a life that is beautifully aligned, especially around career. I'm seeing you attracting beautiful relationships around what feels to be a very self-directed or self-guided career that speaks to your purpose and your passions and that kind of thing. You can be successful with this. Just don't listen to the naysayers, or don't listen to any conditioning that you've received at other periods of your life that have said, oh, well, it's frivolous to try to go after these kinds of desires and passion projects. It's not practical. Don't think that. Release those thoughts, let those thoughts go. Meditate just a little bit more regularly to release the mental habit of letting anxious thoughts move through your thinking patterns. It's amazing too. The angels are adding in, they're saying there's an affirmation they want to give you. And it's a really simple one. They're saying when you notice an anxious thought coming in with regard to your path, with what you're manifesting, tell it, not today. Not today. Meaning today I'm not going to let you obstruct my peace of mind or sabotage what I'm working on. I want my progress to move forward. They're showing us that this will actually also help you with clearing away any procrastination that you've noticed popping up around your path at this time as well. Now, looking at the other cards, we've got some very positive messages coming in. First card that we have that kind of shows where the fear is the Happy Family card. Happy family. So right away, the angels are showing us that relying on other people or bringing in loved ones to kind of help you, to shine guidance or give their support to the situation will actually bring us a new dawn. It helps to kind of bring a new beginning, a fresh perspective, a fresh start, and a greater feeling of confidence and security in what you're working on. So lean on the people that you love, lean on your tribe, lean on your people, connect with someone or confide with someone that you really trust and love. And know that people support, people power is one of the angels' way of actually helping to align you with the help that you're praying for. They're sending helpful people, in other words. So keep your eye out on the horizon for that. The second card is the Door to Spirit card. Door to Spirit. This is a manifestation card representing that the door to the spirit world is flinging wide open, and that the energy that you're looking for to help you to manifest the right path is on the way, that it's coming through that door right now. So the angels are saying to spend time, again, honing your consciousness such that it reflects, I believe that I can do this. I believe in the positive, perfect outcome, and I have faith and trust in all of the ways that the universe might be helping to nudge me to do things, in such a way that might be an even better vibrational match for me than the ways that I was planning on. So in other words, when you pray for what you want, say, I want this or better, God. I want this outcome that I'm thinking of, all the details that I may be attached to around it, or better. meaning I'm willing to be flexible and somewhat unattached. I know what I'm destined for, I know what I want, and I'm aligning myself with what I want, but I'm willing to allow God to show me a better way if that needs to be, or a better divine timing if that's what needs to be. Your final outcome card is a card of success, my dear. It is the Queen. The Queen card. So this is the card of fertility, also of feminine power, and also it represents receiving a lot of support from other people. So they're showing you in a position of leadership and in a position of empowerment where you've got the energy of abundance and fertility. You're attracting what it is that you need to get what you want right now, to manifest your outcome, and that you are helped by the people that will help kind of serve you in this. So a queen usually doesn't do her own laundry because she wouldn't have time. She has to rule the country or whatever it might be. So she's got other people to help play these other kinds of roles. So symbolically, oftentimes when we see this archetype of the queen being in this empowered leadership, it means delegating. It means, letting certain activities, go to other people, or, not micromanaging every little area of life, just so that you can work on the highest priorities, the highest things there. But yes, you will sit on that throne. You'll sit in the leadership position, and you'll have your success eventually. The angels want to affirm for you, my dear. So thank you so much, Sarah, for your reading request today. And to all of those who called and texted in and joined our chat room today, it was such an honor to be able to connect with all of you, and I love you all so much. We will be back next month for Through the Eyes of the Angels on our usual third Thursday of the month time slot, which will be Thursday, September 19th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, if you'd like another chance to call or text in for a reading. And then again, we'll have our next Angel Hour show on the following Thursday, September 26th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. So do mark your calendars for that and join us for another chance to receive a reading. Do keep in touch with me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Sarah Hall 444, and visit my website, sarahhall.com, if you'd like to sign up for your own private angel reading, a healing session, or to take one of my online courses. You can keep following the Bring Me to Life network right here for more inspiration, and know that all of my love and gratitude